The French Revolution is one of the most influential events in modern world history, triggering a profound transformation of French society in the late 18th century. This revolution, which began in 1789 and lasted until 1799, was the result of a confluence of many complex factors and fundamentally changed French society, politics and culture. Roots and preparation. The origins of the French Revolution can be traced back to the deep problems that emerged in French society in the late 18th century. During this period, French society faced many problems such as economic hardship, high taxes, and social inequalities. The people were uncomfortable with the privileges of the kingdom and the nobility, and a discontent was developing against these privileges. In addition, Enlightenment thinkers sowed the seeds of social change by spreading universal values such as human rights, freedom, and equality. Thinkers such as Montesquieu, Voltaire, and Rousseau expressed the need for reform in French society and influenced the leading currents of thought. Bastille Day and the outbreak of the Revolution, 1789. The event that is considered the official start of the French Revolution is the popular siege of the Bastille prison on July 14, 1789. The Bastille became a symbol of popular discontent with the government and royal power. This movement of the people showed that they stood up to the kingdom and demanded a change. With the fall of the Bastille, the French National Assembly was established. The Assembly adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen in 1789, declaring universal rights and freedoms. This declaration defended the principle of human rights, freedoms, and equality, and these values became the central theme of the French Revolution. Stages of the Revolution. 1. Uprising of the Bastille Prison, July 14, 1789. The Bastille prison is a symbolic event of the French Revolution. This prison symbolized the anger of the people and represented government repression. On July 14, 1789, a mob took over the prison. The rioters captured the prison commander, the Marquis de Launay, and killed him. They also freed some political prisoners held in the prison. 2. Execution of King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette. King Louis XV and Queen Marie Antoinette were sentenced to death later in the Revolution. King Louis was found guilty of treason in 1793 and guillotined. Marie Antoinette was tried for treason and public enmity and guillotined in 1793. This marked the official end of the monarchy and the radicalization of the French Revolution. 3. The Jacobin terror. Maximilien Robespierre, leader of the Jacobins, led one of the bloodiest periods of the French Revolution. Many people were executed during the Jacobin terror. Robespierre targeted anyone who defended the revolution and criticized the government. One of the most prominent figures during this period was Georges Danton, a lawyer and Jacobin leader named Danton. However, Robespierre executed many Jacobins, including Danton, accusing them of treason. 4. 9. Putsch of Thermidor, July 27, 1794. As the intensity of the Jacobin terror increased, opposition to the Jacobin leader, Maximilien Robespierre, and his supporters grew. This opposition organized a coup d'état to arrest and execute Robespierre and his followers on 9 Thermidor 1794, 27th of July 1794. Robespierre was captured and guillotined. This event marked the end of the Jacobin terror and symbolizes the beginning of the Directive era. 5. The rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. The period considered to mark the end of the French Revolution is defined by the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte and the establishment of the French Empire. Napoleon came to power in 1799 with the Brumaire coup and became an influential leader on the French political scene. Napoleon was proclaimed Emperor of France in 1804 and led the government until 1814. The French Revolution had a profound impact on both French society and world history. It ended the monarchy, shook the aristocracy, and proclaimed democracy and human rights. But the violence and terror of this period tore society apart and cost many lives. Today, the legacy of the French Revolution lives on. While core values such as human rights, freedom, and equality form the basis of democratic movements around the world, efforts to improve democratic institutions continue. taking into account the negative aspects of the revolution. For this reason, the French Revolution is considered an important milestone not only in French history, but also in the history of all humanity. Results of the French Revolution, from France to the world stage. During this period, which began in 1789 and ended in 1799, the French Revolution led to significant changes in France and around the world. This revolution not only ended the monarchy, but also reshaped French society and politics, and is remembered for its impact on modern world history. 1. The end of the monarchy. The French Revolution ended the absolute monarchy, and a republic was proclaimed in France. King Louis XV and Queen Marie Antoinette were guillotined. This symbolized the official end of the French monarchy and marked the beginning of a new political era. The revolution also abolished the privileges of the nobility and radically changed the social structure of society. 2. The ideal of social equality. The French Revolution emphasized social equality by embracing universal values such as liberty, equality, and justice. The 1789 Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen declared these values and became the cornerstone of the revolution. However, this ideal of equality was overshadowed by a period of terror and faced difficulties in practice. 3. Napoleon Bonaparte and the French Empire. The final period of the French Revolution includes Napoleon Bonaparte's rise to power and the establishment of the French Empire. Napoleon made great conquests, spreading the ideals won by the French Revolution. Napoleon's legal system, educational reforms, and bureaucratic innovations had a lasting impact on France. During this period, the French Empire spread to many parts of Europe and won great military victories under Napoleon's leadership. These victories transcended the legacy of the French Revolution and influenced European history. 4. International influences. The French Revolution inspired reform movements in other countries and influenced struggles for national independence. The ideals of the revolution encouraged democratic and libertarian thinking in other countries, such as the United States. It had a particularly great impact on the wars of independence in Latin America, which resulted in the independence of many Latin American countries. 5. Decline in the power of the Church. The French Revolution reduced the political power of the Church and promoted secularism. Church lands were nationalized and priests lost their influence in secular affairs. This limited the Church's control over the people and strengthened the separation between state and church. 6. Land reforms. The revolution brought changes to land ownership. The land of the nobility was nationalized and distributed to the peasants. This increased peasant land ownership and social mobility. These reforms improved the living conditions of the lower classes of society. In conclusion, the French Revolution played a fundamental role in shaping the modern world. However, it is also associated with violence and chaos, and these negative aspects cannot be ignored. The revolution spread fundamental values, such as human rights, freedom, and equality across the world, and inspired democratic movements. Today, the legacy of the French Revolution continues to have a profound impact on world politics, human rights, and democracy.